also, you will have to live with me now eating bake rolls on the side. Perfect score for it, in my opinion. Yeah, undisputed. And they get to start now with normal summon Ariana. And, I mean, going first with Labrynth, then life's easy. Droll and Lockbird versus Labrynth? Sure, bro. We take that you're hand tripping yourself for one. Aria's effect sets big welcome. Memento is so much better now that we have figured out how to pair of dice people. It was good already before. What do you mean? It was so good already before that. Okay. Summon out a lovely. Bye-bye to call by the grave. That's huge. Lovely sets back big welcome. Ebrix is living the dream. Step 4, baby. And now try to play through that, buddy. Activate Sabakiri now. Omni is asking, what Yuhu archetype are you looking most forward to? I would say... Oh, they flipped DDG, by the way, in response to the Habakiri. That's tough. I think K9. I think K9 has the most splashability between all of them. And therefore, I think I'm definitely going to get the K9 cards and then see how I pair them up with stuff. But they're all really exciting. I could also see myself just play some of the others. They're really good all. Alright, Central Anubis. Have fun. Grabs the... Oh yeah, true. The Saji still triggers even though being banished. Now we use Perulia, apparently. Head ripping ourselves for another card. And now Mitsurugi Ritual. Oh, the D barrier too! Bro! Now Sword Ryzeal effect. That goes through, at least. But I mean... That's a normal summon, and we can't special summon... Oh, we search for Star Ryzeal, okay. Big welcome now. I think we're just packing it up. Indeed, we are. Game 1 goes to Labrynth. Is he changing sleeves or is he carrying a side? He's carrying a side deck in a sleeve box? That is insane behavior. He's carrying a side deck in a Dragon Shield sleeve box. I think that's the first time I've seen that. Like, where is he putting his main deck? Is his deck box so small that it can only fit main and side deck? Main and extra deck? Because why else would you put your side deck in a different deck box? I think the Dragon Shield ones are made for this? You think? I've never seen a single person do that. A lot of Magic players do that too? Okay, I didn't know. Dr. Kex is asking, did you get some nice pickups at German Nationals? I finally got myself a Starlight Amirukalos for Tier Mirrors as an early birthday gift. That is a nice early birthday gift. I didn't buy anything, no. Just, I got bulk. Every tournament for me is a good one when people are gifting me bulk. Oh, not the one-off shifter now too. The Labrynth player drew the one-off shifter. He's just different. Wait, Perulia? Perulia change shifter. Huh? Why is there Perulia? Bonfire? I guess our siding ratios against Labrynth specifically are pretty bad because you just don't really expect that matchup anymore. Maybe he kept one in for crossout. Yeah, could be. Now X Ryzeal. Wait, can you... Oh wait, he's special summoning X Ryzeal off of Ice Ryzeal, I see. Okay, so we at least get one... We at least get Detonator, and I mean, Detonator is really insane, honestly, against Labrynth, to be fair. Detonator Pass could just very well be good enough for this. Yeah, against Lab, having the perfect siding patterns per se is quite hard. That's true, Jonas. And the level 4 is at least better than a Veiler or something a lot of the times. I think Veiler is actually alright against Labrynth, isn't it? When you go first, I think having Veiler ain't that bad. when they are playing into your field, I would probably rather have a Vela, to be honest. That is a big detonator. And now it actually pays off that there is the Purulia in the graveyard because we get to attach it now to the detonator to have an extra pop. Yo, Aster in chat saying, greetings from Palma, mi amigo. Greetings back, my man. Enjoy your time. Living the jet set life, apparently. All right. Turn passed with just detonator. Do we have an easy answer to it? Set 1, set 2, set 3. The reflection on those sleeves is killing me. Sets a monster and passes. I feel like the moment... Let's see how this plays out. They got themselves into a position where they can Oh! I mean, that card you surely want to have in your main deck against Labrynth, that's for sure. That card you certainly want to have. This is giving me flashbacks to Jessica Robinson versus Yoho An at Euros. I don't understand the set monster against Detonator. I think they have Big Welcome Labrynth and Strike, so the plan was to activate Big Welcome Labrynth, let them chain the Detonator, and then strike it, honestly. Oh yeah, we're just picking up our cards, that's fair. It was backjack? Oh, was it really? Alright, but we are getting a game 3 now. Game 3 alert. With backjack, it definitely makes sense. Yeah, that's true. With backjack, it really does. The one-off shifter there. The one-off shifter against the one-off Happiest Feather Duster. They just like their one-offs. You know, chat, what I like, though? Twitch Primes. We have a daily sub goal of 5 subs per day. 5 subs per day keep the bricking away. So please, if you don't mind, fire away those Twitch Prime subs. If you're already here, you may as well support. For no extra cost at all, best case scenario. Putting out all the content, so wouldn't mind getting some back in return. Does backjack trigger on the shifter? No, it doesn't. Backjack has to go to the graveyard, I'm pretty sure. Backjack, if this card is sent to the graveyard, yeah. But the, like, in turn 3, of course, the shifter was not active anymore, that's true. Yo, enemy, what's good, what's good? How you doing? I didn't get the chain shifter to Purulia as well. I guess they just activated Purulia as the first thing in draw phase for some reason. Right? And then they just chained. Because they wanted to do it in draw phase to play around Talons anyways. Okay. Game 3, baby. Yeah, I think starting, like, activating it in draw phase is decent. Because you want to play around X. That's a fair point. Ooh, Norman's Chandelier after setting the big welcome Labyrinth with the Arias. If there's Ash of this, it's crazy. No response. Ay, ay, ay. You know, do you know when it starts with the new prize support is being handed out? At Euros. Enemy. For us in Europe, at Euros. So end of the month, or in 1 month, that is going to happen. Okay, lovely. How lovely that is. We're taking out a Meowls. Okay. And for NA, also for their nationals, for their continentals. And that's already in 2 weeks. So basically just for continentals. South America had their continentals already, and they also already had the prize cards. It starts with the continentals. All right, lovely, set free. 1 card remaining in hand, which clearly is the Chandelier. Oceanics in 2 weeks as well. Exactly, name guy. You're right. Just for all the continentals, basically. Wait, Oceanics is in 2 weeks. Is Oceanics the same weekend then? No, hold on. So next weekend... Oh, wait. Next weekend is Oceania. Yeah, so next weekend is Oceania. And then the weekend after it is NAWCQ. Exactly. Nice. We might be doing a watch party for Yo, Oceania is actually sick now that I think about it. Because it's Duat being available then. That's nice. Okay, Chains Perulia. Again, the Perulia on our own turn. This time we're finally going to draw a card for it, though. Now, lovely. Wow, lovely. Again, still 5 cards in hand, though. Snipes out. Kusanagi. Do you have your striker cards assembled already? Of course, I always do, enemy. Do you think Duat will change the format? I don't think it would change the format in terms of the top decks, but there is some very, very strong contenders joining for sure. Like Lunalight is really promising, and a couple of the other things like Onomad, Ryzeal, and so on. There is definitely some good things happening, and it is an impactful set. I don't think it's a meta-defining set, but it is an impactful set for sure. Vanquish Soul, of course. How could I forget about Vanquish Soul? That one is actually going to be not meta-defining either, but it's bringing the Vanquish Soul strategy into a really reasonable position too. I'm so ready to free farm bad Vanquish Soul and Lunalight players, Pog. Stop it, Jonas. You're not allowed to play TCG. Just focus on Master Duel. You have to prepare for Worlds, bro. You gotta prepare for Worlds. I hope Ryan brings Striker to NAWCQ. That would be cool, yeah. A mage just spammed 7XYZ and he said that was weak combo, lol. Ay, only 2 set cards, chat. And we see his face in his sleeves again. Like the Labrynth player, judging by the face on his sleeves, does not look happy. Ice Ryzeal. Summon Sword Ryzeal effect. He has Mischief of the Gnome set. Why is he not activating it then? Because now the Ice Ryzeal is a level 4. If he really has Mischief, why is he not using it? Are you kidding me? Nah. You gotta be kidding me. He was toggled off. He was toggled off. Okay, Chains Prayers. Wait, what? There's no way he did it. Huh? Wait, was that legal? Is Arias on any trap card? When your opponent activates a card or effect in response to a card or effect activation of a normal trap. Okay, yeah, no, then that works. That works. Maybe before it changes the levels on the field. Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't. Detonator now. It is looking tough. Oh no. We're reading Mischief again, not like this. Mischief of the Gnomes. We should have read it beforehand, brother. You had time to read it when you had it in your own hand, bro. Ay, ay, ay. What happened with the Mischief? He activated it. When there were already 2 level 4 monsters on the field. The Ruma. Let's read X-Riser real quick. X-Riser says, if this card is normal or special summon and you control no other face-up monsters except level or rank 4 monsters. Can X activate here? I'm actually not sure. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, because itself is not a level 4 right now. Because it is summoned from the hands. So it itself is definitely not. But the text is kind of confusing on that, because it says, as I just read out, and you control no other face-up monsters except level rank 4 monsters. I think that still denies him the search, to be honest. Because there is an other monster except a level or rank 4. There clearly is. Chat, I'm sure we have some judges in here. How would that be ruled? Or also just some very competent players. Ryzeal not being a level 4 on the field because of Mischief of the Gnomes. Can it still activate to search? With itself being the problem, possibly. Lorisaur says, of course it can. Why is it of course? Because the wording feels like it is accounting all of your monsters. You control no other face-up monsters except level rank 4 monsters. That just seems like a general statement. If all of your monsters that you control are no other than level or rank 4 monsters, I feel like that might include the card itself as well. Dragonfruit says he can search. It's all of your other monsters. Yeah, you guys are probably right. Boom, boom, boom. Looks like that was a turn ender with the Daruma Karma Cannon there. Labrynth still in this. Should be a lab W, yup. Now it looks very doomed indeed. With that set detonator there. Wait, did they just not chain the detonator at all? Why did they... They didn't chain detonator, right? They can't chain because of lovely. Oh, you're right. Okay. We chain prayers now, attributing Aramasa. Man, Yu-Gi-Oh! Truly is a complicated game. Like, all those different decks with all those different niche things happening. It really is not that easy to be keeping up with everything in Yu-Gi-Oh! But I mean, that's kind of part of my job as a caster, right? Trying to be as informed as possible. As informed as impossible? Did I say that? I hope I didn't. Okay, summons out Saji. Yeah, of course. We can't know everything. That would be absurd. Like, that is not possible. But just, we can try to be on a very high level. Or we should be trying to be on a very high level. That's so good about Yugi that it's so skill intensive to know all the mini interactions. Yeah, for sure. Like, being aware of all of this and having the amount of playtesting to be able to do those things is such a big bonus. For sure. I don't know. I would be down for omniscient Lampi. I'm working on it, Caitlin. I'm working on knowing everything, but yeah, well. Not easy. Oh, we get to destroy Visaji before it activates. We get to destroy Visaji before it even activates. That's very strong. That's mega strong, really. Lovely, destroys the detonator. That's just game now. Let's calculate. Okay. Step by step. Aww.